So we got this situation. Let f defined from R to R. So this is domain, this is codomain, be a function defined by f of x equals to this. If x is not equal to 0, and the moment x is equal to 0, function gives 0. Which of the following statement is true? So you have to find out which of the following statements is true. So f of x equals to 0, f of x equals to 0, f of x equals to 0, f of x equals to 0. So if you'll observe, they are talking about the zeros of the function. Okay. So we have to find out the zeros or the roots. Correct? Now look at this. Roots means what? Roots means like they are talking about has infinitely many solution, no solution. Okay. So solution means number of intersection with x-axis. Like in previous classes, you must have studied this kind of graph where you have observed, if I'll ask you what is the number of solution, roots or zeros, you will answer, sir, 3. Why? Because it is making 3 intersection. Correct? Now, so look at your function. So what I feel is, I feel that our function is even. Function is even. Why? If you'll observe f of x and you will observe f of minus x, it will be same. So if f of x equals to f of minus x, it is same. Correct? So it is even function. Now, means you know that even function, if a function is even, it will be symmetric about y-axis. The part which is looking after origin will be same as before origin. Okay. Now, so suppose that I want to draw its graph so that we can have clear understanding about the zeros. Okay. So if we will talk about the graph, I will talk about after 0. You know that after 0 and before 0 is same. We can draw mirror image, and at 0 it is 0 only. Okay. So let's try to draw the graph. Okay. So at 0 our function is what? 0 for sure. Correct? Now be super slow. Suppose that I am talking about after 0. So after 0 we have to take this definition. So after 0 means what? X after 0. After x equals to 0. So we want to find out the number of roots of x square sine pi by x square. Hopefully this was the function. So this is equal to 0. Now, do you think it can be 0? No, because you are talking about after x equals to 0. So after x equals to 0, x will be a positive number, na? So it can never be 0. So can I divide both sides by x square? So if I'll divide both sides by x square, we will be left with sine pi by x square equals to 0. Now, do you remember the general solution when we have studied trigonometry? Like sine theta is equal to 0. So sine produces 0 at 0 degree, sine 0. Now, do you remember general solution where we used to write theta is equal to n pi plus minus 1 power n alpha. Here alpha is 0. So if you multiply by alpha 0, the thing will become 0 and we will be left with this. Okay. Now, can I divide both sides by pi? So we will be removing this pi and we are left with whom? N. Who is n? N is a natural number. Now n is an integer. Earlier n is an integer. Okay, so I want to find out the value of x. So can I write x square is equal to 1 by n? Can I write x equals to 1 by root n? Okay, so what I will do, I'll write x equals to 1 by root n. Now be super slow. This is, now you have to extract all the information with this thing only. Now you know that inside root we will have positive numbers, so we will not talk about integer, we will talk about the natural numbers only. Correct? Now just think about the first natural number. So what is the first natural number? First natural number is 1. So if n is 1, x will be equal to 1. So suppose this. Okay, this is 1. Okay, now you will take, now you will have 0 at second integer, means second value of n. So what is the second value of n? 2. So it will become 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 is smaller than 1, yes or no? Yes, it is smaller than 1. So you will have second root over here. Okay, approximately I am saying. Now third natural number is 3. So 1 by root 3 is again smaller. Okay, so don't you think that the number of natural number is infinite? So if the number of natural number is infinite, so from here we will have infinite number of intersection. Correct or wrong? Okay, like we will draw that one. So can I say that we will have I say infinite number of zeros, I say infinite, and like, wait, I'll redraw. Okay, so it is like this. You know that it is even function, so we will have symmetric graph at -1 as well. Okay, so it is I say is like that. So we have this graph in between 1 and -1. Okay, now suppose that take any number after 1. Okay, take any number after 1. So suppose it is 2. So if x is 2, this thing will become 4. So pi by 4 will become what? 45 degree. 45 degree means what? 1 by root 2. So this thing will become 1 by root 2. So 1 by root 2 into, you have taken 2. So 2 square is 4. Okay, so it will become 2. So can I say that at 2 you will have this type of graph? Means after, means if you change the number you will have this thing. Okay, similarly you will have this way. So this is the graph of x square sine pi by x square. Now let's talk about the options. Now look at the first situation. So in first situation they are saying that we will have infinitely many solution in the room this. So what is this 1 by 10 power 10? So 1 by 10 power 10 is very close to 0. So suppose that this number is somewhere here. Suppose it is somewhere here. So from here you have to observe till infinity that how many zeros we will have. Now they are saying that it starts from here 1 by 10 power 10. So suppose that the number of zeros started from this point and it ends at 1, means after 1 you won't have any zero. So if something starts and something ends, so don't you think that it is finite? So if something starts and something ends, so it will be finite, no? If something starts and doesn't end, then it is infinite, but it is finite. So option number 1 is wrong. Okay, I hope this part is clear to you guys. Now f of x equals to 0 has no solution in the room this. So 1 by pi. So you know that pi approximate value is 3.14. So it is 1 by 3.14. So 1 by 3.14 means what? Approximately 1 by 3. So look at this. Suppose this is pi. So from this to infinity, don't you think you have some solution? You have so many solutions, correct? So this option again went wrong, that we have some solutions, but they are saying that we don't have any solution. So this option is also wrong. Now look at this. The set of solution f of x equals to 0 in the interval this is finite. Now look at this. 1 by 10 power 10 is what? 1 by 10 power 10 is somewhat close to 0. So suppose that this is close to 0. So if you will go in this direction, you have to go till this and you cannot touch 0. Okay, so it's open bracket. So you know that from here the number of zeros will start, but don't you think it will never end, because the number of zeros depend upon n, and n tends to infinity because there are infinite natural number. So in this room there will be infinite roots, okay, because it starts but it never ends. Okay, so the number of zeros are infinity in this case, but they are saying that it is finite. So again this option is also wrong. Now look at the next choice. So in next option they are saying that f of x equals to 0 has 25 solution, has more than 25 solution in the room this. So suppose that approximate value of pi is 3. So it is what? 1 by 9 comma 1 by 3, correct na? So we will find out the number of n's. So who is 1 by 9? 1 by 9 is x. Okay, 1 by 9 is x. So they are saying that x will tend from 1 by 3 to 1 by 9. I am taking approximate value, okay, it's not accurate. And you know that who is x? X is 1 by root n. Okay, 1 by 3, 1 by 9. Can I do squaring both side? So we will have 81, 1 by n, we will have 1 by 9. Now I want to do reciprocal. You know that if you will reciprocate things in inequality, the sign of inequality changes. So it will become 9 to 81. Now in this room, how many natural numbers we have? We can take 10, 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, dot 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 till 80 we can take. So how many members do we have? Final minus initial plus 1. So it is 80 minus 10, 70, 70 plus 1, 71. So approximately we will have 71 zeros. They are saying that I don't know the number of zeros, but it is more than 25. So this option is correct now. Okay, I hope the idea is clear, and now you can handle similar situations. And please try to memorize the graph of this function. You will have this function so many times. I hope the idea is clear.